Hi everybody. In two-dimensional design class, thought I would take you through a portfolio showing the projects to date and expectations. So here we are. We started the semester with project 1, which was to take a perfect circle and put it in a perfect square. Rectangles are not allowed, or ovals here. And assign a adjective to it, and to do a series of no less than 6 pieces. So striking, that was pretty clear. Tentative, this is pretty clear. You get the idea. Intrusive. So overwhelming. Okay. This idea of making a relationship between the negative space, the defined space of the square, and the positive space of the object, all to arrive at an adjective to describe it, is exactly what I'm trying to go for with this exercise. Okay, so 6 would be the minimum for each project, and you can certainly do more. Oh, look at this one, Peeping Tom. Splatter. So this student had fun playing with filters after doing a fairly straightforward job with the perfect circle and a perfect square. As we moved into project, well, this is still one, numbers 12 and 13. She was playing with, excuse me, more than one dot as well, which is great. Okay, so now we get into project 2, and the idea here is to create a field of varying size dots that we could then select a subsection from in order to use that as a module to create the next series of projects after this. So project 2 involves creating this field and then also the selection of 6, no less than 6, separate submodules. One of the important things is that these be perfect circles again, so you do that by holding Shift and Alt as you click and drag out the elliptical marquee tool, and also that none of these circles are overlapping. So, and having a variety of nice big ones and medium and smaller ones as well. So that allows you to, when you do your 2 by 2 inch perfect square again, make sure you hold down Shift or Shift and Alt when you pull out your square marquee to get a perfect square. And another thing to pay attention to is that all 4 sides have the black element touching an edge. Okay, so that's 2-2, 2-3, because when these connect back up, so this one doesn't quite connect on the left side, so that would leave a gap when we reintroduce the modules. But this has 1, 2, 3, 4 if you count this corner connecting. Okay, so create at least 6 of these, and then we take them, so that she did 10, and then we take them and we gang them up as I describe in the video or in person in class. So this first project involving these modules, project 3 now, is a straight translation, and it can be about 5 by 5 or 6 by 6, and do a series of 6 of these also. And ideally, see how clean this is, we would like there to be one at least with a lot of white and not so much black, one that's more 50-50 like this one, and one that has a predominance of black. this is moving in that direction. So nice and clean, no gaps, and this has more white in it. So project 4, then we move on, and now we're doing a rotation, which means set up your 4 units together, each as individual layers, and then if you think of the upper left one as number 1, then with number 2 rotate it 90 degrees, number 3 180, number 4, I'm sorry, this is 1, 2, 3, yes, 4, 270, but there isn't a way to put 270 into Photoshop, so you put minus 90, or you can, with free transform, right click and choose rotate 90 counterclockwise, and that's the same thing. And then merge the 4 together and then gang them up this way. You can see 3 sets of 4, both horizontal and vertical. So variations, please, same deal. Use the modules that you created. And okay, so project 4-6. And project 5, now we're doing mirroring instead of rotating. So you take your unit and mirror it across. This looks like a rotation, so actually, okay, there's a mirroring. Now what we did with this was to take that unit, flatten it down, copy the entire canvas and rotate it 90, and then use a layer blend like difference in the layers to look between the modules, flatten that down, and then do a 45, and that you copy it and rotate it 45 degrees, and then do another layer blend, and that gives you 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units in rotational symmetry. So these are variations on that. (5-13). These are pretty easy to do. 5-15. I say take it, divide 45 in half to 22.5, divide that in half to 11.25, and keep going till I say you break it. So this could be 11.25 divided in half. That's interesting, where she did a difference, and we just have this very faint outline here. Okay. Some very surprising movement shows up in these pieces. Here she looks like inverted every other one and created a square like that, and then and that's a rotational one. Project 6. And then I'll do one more in this first video. And this I call the rubber stamp project. Take a photograph and use the threshold filter, which you get to by choosing Image, Adjustment, then Threshold in Photoshop. And then there's a slider, and create a nice distribution of black and white, and that reduces it to pure black and white. And then take that crop a square out of it, perfect square, and then copy 4 different layers and then mirror image them. Okay, so that's project 7. Nope, sorry. Well, she does have that labeled project 7, but I'll have to see what's going on here. The next one was to take a cropped letter form, blow it up and then crop it in, and then use that to manipulate both in mirror and rotational. Here's, yeah, back to the tree one now. I like the little face that shows up in here. Do you see that? Choosing an image that has a lot of fine lines in it, like a tree in winter, allows for all these multiple connections to be made. And that would be the cropped letter form done in a mirror form. And right, this is a tree again that's dropped down to the next level. Look at these crosses that form in here. How nice that is. And a rose window. This is using that technique I described about copying the entire piece and rotating it, and then doing a layer blend. Another photograph, still in project 7 here. So it's all variations on that one unit that she created. And here's another photograph, 7-9, 7-10. Can't quite identify it. 11. 13. Okay, I'm going to stop the video here at 12 minutes and then continue on with project 8 in the next one.